you do a lot of videos and other things. And I understand that you also teach classes on social media presence and those types of things. Tell us first a little bit about that, and then I'm sure we want to dive into that, because a lot of what we're doing here with this podcast is to work with our loan officers and our realtor partners, industry partners on social media, and really dial that in. So tell us about your classes.
Well, I think what you guys are doing is awesome, because that is such a pain point. I hear it all the time from realtors and lenders, especially too. Like, they're like, I want to just do my job. I don't want to have to do all this social media. I feel like I have to be on social media. Like, this really makes it easy for them to be able to put, like, girl, here's some content. Let me just give you the content, right? Such a brilliant idea. I am so passionate about, getting yourself out on social media. I'm going to tell you, like, I don't pay for any advertising whatsoever. Zero. Everything comes from social media. And I only really post like once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. I try not to overcomplicate it, right? But I try to put out educational videos, and it's mostly just about putting yourself out there, just being top of mind and showing yourself. And a lot of clients are like, oh, well, you know what's going on? I already put a reel out on that. Let me just send that over to you, right? And I don't have to explain everything over and over again. So I'm passionate about, like, what you guys are doing, something really similar. You're passionate about, you're trying to help, right? I like to help realtors and lenders also to figure out how to simplify these things, how to push out the content really easily without overthinking it. Like, I don't have time. I'm a one-person shop. I just do on Monday mornings. I go do my little video. I have kind of an idea. I have ChatGPT. I have a My GPT that I built that are for the type of videos that I like to do, using influencers that are already out there doing that type of work and pulling inspiration from them. The GPT has completely set it up and systemized it, that all I have to do is just put in a news article. I put the web address for the news article, and it starts generating everything that I need for my scripts, because on the back end of it, I've already designed it how I want it to look. I don't even have to put a prompt in. The prompt is already put in on the back end. So all I have to do is just put this news article I'm interested in, and it designs the entire script for me, fine tune it a little bit, and there's that. So I to be able to systemize it like the way that I have, like, I love sharing that with people. I would just want to help, right? I just want to be like, you can do it too. Let me show you how to make it as easy as you possibly can. So I teach classes to real estate offices, to lending offices, just to help them get things going. And then I have, on the 4th Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., I have an open office. You can ask me anything. You want to know how to set up a funnel on Go High Level? I'll walk you through it. You want to learn how to set up like a ManyChat feature where, you comment Google for this lead magnet, right? How do you set up the workflow for it? Let me show you how to do it. How do I get more people to view my Instagram or my reel? Like, my reels are dead. Let's work on your hooks and your scripts. Let's get that a lot more dialed in. Let's hook them in the first 3 seconds. How do we do that? So I have an open forum once a month. I dedicate an hour time to do that. And then I go to different offices, and I just try to put out good information that they can start using right away. I love it. That's my
I love
most
that
fun
mindset
thing.
too. That's really, really cool. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, the 20 years I've been in this business, and really truthfully, the number of people that have figured out social media, if you go back kind of prior to the kind of the really advent of AI, they had to spend a lot of money on it, right? Having outsourcing teams and staff, spent a lot of time trying to come up with the content, or they struggled and failed a lot to succeed with it. I say it all the time. I went through stretches where it was like 1 out of every 17, 18 videos that we created ever made it out, because of all the challenges that exist in that process. And so that, the realization of creating, and you said the word simplification of this, to help people just get it out and start creating, is, I think, where our industry as a whole has the greatest challenge, right? People are always trying to compare themselves to a particular target that isn't really what you're trying to do. And in my mind, who you are as a person is what's actually the sales pitch, right? Like that's how you build the relationships, and really people just have to figure out how to get that across. And then, you know, then to start playing the game and refining and polishing like the points that you just touched on. Those are only things you can get better at when you're able to consistently produce content and start learning, right?
You just have to get out there and do it. You actually struck a chord with what you just said too, about how we have these expectations, right? I think like a lot of people think that they need to be like an influencer status, right?
Yep.
Like, oh, I didn't get 100,000 views on that. Like I only got like 300 or 400. That's not really the point, right? Like unless you are trying to influence millions of people or whatever, but we're hyper local, right? I mean, let's just say we want to do business in California, but really we're in Roseville right now. Like, you know, if I could reach my partners, my real estate partners and that sort of thing and stay top of mind with them, that's really that all that really matters, right?
Exactly.
If I have an informational video that's useful for my client who's asking questions, let me send you that link. I don't have to over explain it. Don't overcomplicate it.
Exactly.
Don't be so afraid of it because you've set the standard for yourself that's so high, that's very unlikely for most of us, right? But if you could get yourself in front of the people you're already friends with and you're already networking with and already following and that sort of thing, that's what really matters.
I totally agree with you. And I think there's the standard, the comparison, and then there's also this kind of natural instinct that we all have that in person we get used to, you know, as a salesperson, rejection, you know, criticism, things like that. But when people are creating videos, a lot of times they're worried about the criticism or the negative comment as opposed to the people that will connect with it. And I think that's the most common thing I've heard or I've been able to draw out of people when I talk. And I know I experienced that, you know, through trying to get myself. I was always trying to create one that somehow would appeal to everyone. And that's like the biggest thing to try to get people over is stop worrying about the people that aren't going to like it or the criticism.
Yeah.